Yeah. Lockdown love.
Lockdown love.
So, on today's episode of Lockdown Love, we're going to be discussing how to not murder your family.
Or just anyone in your house, really.
Yeah, like household, if you live with like flatmates and stuff. And you know what? I don't want it to be a bit informal. I wanted it to be a little bit cash. Because I think right now what's needed is like a upliftment of energy, you know, like lifting people's spirits, like connecting human to human together, because we are all in this together. And that's kind of the theme of the video as well.
I think day one lockdown is probably going to be the most stressful part. So
Do you think?
I think for a lot of people, before they can find their feet and actually get settled, I think there's a lot of uncertainty and unsurety.
Yeah.
Like there has been in the last few weeks anyway, but now is really like, I think reality is slapping a lot of people across the face today.
What, so do you think it's worse? It will be worse today on like day one than...
I feel like it's worse now, it'll probably get a bit better, and maybe as time goes on, it's just going to kind of fluctuate. I think it's going to be different for everyone though, depending on when shit starts to hit the fan individually, but we're here to try and prevent that.
Yeah, exactly. Because I guess in the UK, like because we've had so much uncertainty and so much like, just getting a good angle, there we go. Yeah, because there's been like a lot of uncertainty. And like you say, like I think the unknown is probably for a lot of people like the most concerning part, like the most frustrating part. Because the thing is, like in our household, like especially my dad, he's always the most chilled out ever. Like he's very, very laid back. He doesn't really get like stressed easily, but like he's been very stressed.
I think we all have, but I think we're all kind of dealing with it a little bit differently and being able to like contain it or manage it differently.
Yeah.
And I think obviously people that have, you know, a little bit more on the line, like if you're out of work or if your job's shut down or if you own a business, there's a bit more uncertainty where, you know, if you're going to get paid, if you're not, whereas other people have that kind of aspect of things a little bit more secure and can, you know, rest a little bit more easy. But the thing is dealing with all of those issues of, you know, personal issues of how are you going to get by, about taking that out, not taking that out on the other people in the house, not taking it out on the other people around you.
Yes. Yeah. And the reason I wanted to do this video, so the way that it's going to work, guys, is that I'm doing a Lockdown Love series, and it's going to basically address like all the different demographics. So today we're doing like families / households. I'm going to also do another one about kids, so people who have kids, couples who have to be apart, you know, or together. Oh God, which one's worse? I don't know. And what was the last one? People who live alone. And you know what? I'm going to just do an episode whenever the bloody well I feel like it, you know, like just... Don't hold me to no schedule, because I don't know how I'm going to be feeling from day to day.
Might be good to add an elderly one on there as well.
Yeah, I was going to kind of lump them in with the living aloners. I don't know. Is that discriminatory of me?
Moving on.
So I've got a couple of... I felt like I had a point that I was just about to say, but I didn't really say it.
You were saying that you're not going to follow a schedule.
Not following a damn schedule. Sorry, not sorry. Hashtag unapologetic. Sue me. What are you going to do? We're on lockdown, guys. Come on now. What I was going to say is that I've been talking to a lot of people, and the reason that I wanted to do this is because, and especially this episode in particular, which is why we're kicking off with this episode, is because the consensus that I've heard, and I've spoken to a few of you, some of my own friends, and like this has been my experience as well. Just like being in a household with people who, like you say, we're all handling things differently. We all have different levels of stress, different levels of worry, different beliefs, you know, different
general mentalities.
General mentalities to the whole thing, and they clash. That's the thing. They clash. Like, that's what I'm hearing. So my friend, you know who it is.
I know who it
is. She was saying that basically her family, she was like, oh yeah, just being around my family, like they're stressing me out, like they're just proper down my throat, and her work has kind of fizzled away. She was going to be working from home, but that kind of fell through as well. So I'm hearing that from a lot of you, a lot of people, ourselves included.
Definitely.
Yeah. So how do you manage that? How do you manage being in a space, like confined, around people that...
I think families and couples as well, more than anyone, like, not just you know each other so well, but I think when you know each other that well, you just you have things that push each other's buttons, and you know how to get on someone's nerves, and like, even if you're not doing it intentionally, sometimes being around people that much, like, spitefulness can come out, especially if you're all kind of driving each other up the wall. And I think especially if there's any, almost like internal politics within your household, like if you're living in a flat with different people and there's, two people that don't get on with others, or or like us maybe, or the kids, and you're having different opinions to the parents.
Yeah.
You don't want to split up and make sides out of things.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. And I think I even wrote that down, not here, but in my notes when I was coming up with like the idea for this episode, is that it's not about being right. And I think that's what that's kind of the main message and the main takeaway that I want people to come away from this with, really, because I think that in itself, feeling at war, feeling like they don't get me, my belief system or mentality is the right one, like the correct one, that can actually just cause more stress than it's worth. Like, that's gonna make you feel alienated and isolated from those around you. And I guess my and I think our frustration in our household was the fact that we're very much of the mentality, like, let's make the best out of this, let's yesterday I'll leave some footage of it in this video. But yesterday we went on a pub crawl in all the different rooms in our house. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is the kind of stuff that we want to do. Like, this is the kind of stuff that I guess we're more optimistic by nature.
Exactly, and I think it's the kind of thing, because we're young and we're a little bit more, fun-loving. We're really, really just trying to make the most and do whatever we can to not, get bored and get, really genuinely feel trapped at home, and trying to really stretch the house more than we really have before. Yeah. So, however, other people in the house don't seem too keen on that.
They don't seem too keen on it, really.
That's the thing. If it was me alone, I know I'd be going apeshit around the house.
Oh my God, we would have so much fun. It would be great. But the thing is that I feel like our parents get stressed out by us not being stressed out. Do you know what I mean? And that's something that I've been hearing from a few of you as well. I feel like there's a bit of a beef going on between people who are worried a lot and people who aren't that worried. And they're like, there's a lot of conflict between those two groups, even on the internet, like, whether it's in your household or, in your society or on the internet, wherever, it's the same.
I mean, here in the UK, we got a lot of shit. Well, there was a lot of on media about how young people aren't taking it seriously enough. They're still going out and they're going to cause more people to suffer in potential, and that they're, in quote, selfish monsters. Yeah. And I feel like those young people who are doing that are fully aware of the issues and the fear that comes. I'm sure most of them are being careful within reason. However, I feel like they perceive the opposite side to be as like over scared and controlling and manipulative.
Yes. Yeah.
And they can't seem to find that balance and find that middle ground where they don't know who to, like, what to do with themselves, really. It's just like, young people want to be rebellious. And especially if you're going to be cooped up at home with family or housemates and things like that, it's going to make people act erratically.
Yeah. There's frustration on both sides, to be fair. Like, I think we're pretty balanced in general. Because I get it, like I do understand the worry and the fear. And like, again, someone in my family who lives in Canada, you know, for her, it's a very real fear because her son is like at risk. So, you know, I really, again, I think it's the underlying point here is about respecting each other. Respecting each other's boundaries, respecting each other's views, and especially if you're going to be confined in a space, I think not only respecting boundaries but creating boundaries. Like if you need alone time, if you need to, like for example, my mum, like she was stressed out that my dad was like talking about all these conspiracy theories, and the thing is, like two weeks ago, I was annoyed at her like ramming the news down my face.
Yeah.
And she couldn't see how they were the same. Like either way, it's you imposing your belief system on someone else. So I think if we can find a way to like have boundaries, so you know, don't have the news on. Like the other day on Mother's Day, we all ate around the table, and I said like we're turning the news off. You know, like we're not having the news on at this time. And like as much as they were upset, like when you turn the TV off, Mum was like, no. But it was worth it, and it worked.
It was.
Yeah.
And I feel like some things we have to keep sacred.
Yeah.
In this time,
100%.
Some things I feel like that were sacred might have to abolish for the sake of the people who are involved. And I like
for the people. God damn it.
Exactly. I feel like, you know, this is probably going to be a big thing in the relationship episode. Where respecting boundaries, giving each other space when you need it, and, you know, being able to respect each other and, you know, swallow your pride a little bit when you need to and just give the other people the space they need. So
exactly.
As a whole, you can work together.
Exactly. It's not about being right and wrong. I think that's the thing. And I think the more we can let go of that, on both sides, you know, no matter who you are, what you believe, like how you feel, you know, we can hold space for each other. We can be respectful of each other. Because at the end of the day, like, we're going to be the ones to help each other through this when there's so much unknown. Like, at the end of the day, you're stuck with whoever you're goddamn well stuck with, you know? So it's like, are you gonna like grasp onto your pride, like, you know, with both hands? Or are you gonna be able to just like take a chill pill and be like, you know what? Like, let's just try and make the best out of this situation. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And I feel like, obviously I'm sure a lot of people are thinking about like what activities they can do at home, how they can kind of incorporate everyone in the house to do that. And I think that's a really important thing, trying to find things that everyone in the house can get involved with. Everyone can kind of be equal within. So it's not like just all sitting down and watching TV, but you're all either playing a game or doing an activity or doing yoga or meditation or something where at least you can enjoy each other's company for a little bit of the day. Yeah.
And the thing is, like, there's so many gifts of the situation. Like yesterday I saw a video on Instagram and it was like, what was it? It was like quarantine roof gang or something like that. And it was like it was like someone was videoing the roofs around them, and like they live in a place where everyone was just chilling on the roof. And he like sent a drone down to a girl that he saw dancing on another roof with his number attached to it. And I thought that was so cool, because he was saying how, like, you know, in normal, if things were normal, like he has like high social anxiety, and like interacting with people would be really hard. But now, because he was so starved of like interaction, he shot his shot. He made his move. And so that's what I mean. Like when we slow down and we just take a breather, there's so much beauty, I think, that can be gained from this experience if we allow ourselves to open the goddamn hell up to it, man. Open the goddamn hell up to it, man.
Yeah, I think being open, try to appreciate what you can do still while you're at home. Try to appreciate what others want around you, whether that be family or flatmates or your cat even.
Yeah. Oh my God, I wish I had a pet.
A pet right now would really help pass the time.
Oh my God.
And just being able to just that level of understanding, I think people are going to have to open up to that a bit. If you live a bit more of a normal secluded and a bit of a fuck off attitude,
yeah, you're
just going to cause more problems for yourself in this time.
Exactly. I'm excited, personally. I'm quite curious to see what's going to happen
I think 1 week is going to be interesting. 2 weeks is going to be the point where I'm going to be like, I'm done now.
Yeah. Okay, well, I think that's pretty much everything that I have to say. Do you have anything to add?
I think that's about it.
Okay, well, this is my brother, Kaya, for those of you who don't know.
Hi.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
My brother, everybody. What did you do?
I was trying to throw the tea bags into the cup, so I missed.
You missed?
Yeah, I missed big time.
Rubbish.
Ah.
So guys, I think I've pretty much covered everything that I wanted to say in that video. And just to reiterate, for me, there's so much beauty in the unknown. And I think the unknown is like one big fat opportunity. And I personally believe that, as a collective, we have to some degree manifested this whole situation because we've been crying out for, some time to reflect, some time to reevaluate. We've been asking some pretty, deep questions about the way that we live and thinking of alternatives and all of this. So, like I said, I'm excited to see what's going to come as a result of it. And also the big opportunity here is to let go of control, to release the attachments that we have to certain things, to certain beliefs that are holding us back. What's basically happening now is that when you're in stress, you're in survival mode, you're in survival mode. So your amygdala is firing like crazy and you're having a very scattered stress response and not a lot of energy is available for you to use. Even though you have,
1 eternity later.
adrenaline pumping through your body, you're not going to be able to actually use that properly because at the end of the day, you're in a confined space. Thank you very much. All that adrenaline isn't going to do you very much good if you're in a confined space. So finding a way to channel that energy, finding a way to reclaim our energy in a positive way is something that I'm going to talk you guys through whenever the fucking goddamn well I get around to it and whenever I feel like it. And also, join us for episode 2, also whenever we get around to it. It's been real. Much love to you all. Please don't kill each other.